Welcome to the Attic Manadad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena when it is not giving us degraded performance. Like right now. I was able to play, this is the third time trying to do the stream, the live stream. The first time I was able to play some standard with this deck, so let's do a deck tech, let's play. If stuff starts working on Arena, we can play some draft, we can play some sealed like I usually do on day one. But I guess for right now, it's just going to be non-ranked standard that works. Hopefully. Doesn't crash in the middle like it did on the last stream. All right. Let's take a look at this deck. This is from Yeoman 5. Yeoman has given us a deck that is quote-unquote mono green, but we do have Terminal Velocity, which is a new card from Edge of Eternities. You can put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. It's going to get haste, and when it leaves the battlefield, it's going to deal damage equal to its mana value to each creature. It's kind of like a board wipe. And at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice is permanent. So it's leaving one way or another once you get to the end of the turn. So what can we put into play with it? Well, we can do Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. That's 6 mana, and usually a 6/6 if we just cast it fairly. Or if we cheat it in, pretty much going to still be a 6/6. Going to give us a ton of lands. We got Anti-Causal Vestige, which is the new Eldrazi, the new rare Eldrazi, 7/5. Has Warp, so we can play it on turn 4, or when we have 4 mana. When it leaves the battlefield, we're going to draw a card. And we can put a creature, or we can put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands we control from our hand onto the battlefield. So that's a way to cheat in Famished World Sire in addition to Terminal Velocity. And this, excuse me, this is my third stream, everyone. It's day 1 of the format. It's a 0/0 for 8 mana. It does, however, have Devour Land 3, so probably just devour all our lands. That's what I did when I played it before. And then we can look at the top X, where X is its power. And then we're going to just ramp out a bajillion lands from it onto the battlefield tapped. Or if we have Spelunking onto the battlefield untapped. And we can ramp with Glimpse the Core, and we can ramp with Poo Poo UFO, as long as we have a land card to put into our hand when we tap it. And we can ramp with Map the Frontier, which grabs us 2 basic lands and or deserts. In the mana base, I missed it when I was going through this deck earlier. Rogue's Passage is really the key, because we get a giant Lumra and we make it unblockable, and we just one-hit win with that. We got Conduit Pylons and Commercial District to surveil into what we need. Stomping Grounds and Commercial District also help turn on... oh, we don't have the Verge lands, but you could put Verge lands in here. I guess we want enough forest to make sure we can grab some with Glimpse the Core or Map the Frontier if we need to. And then we got the Arid Archways, also will help ramp us. And Adventurer's Inns can gain us some life to help us stay alive. And that's the deck. It's pretty cool. And stick around for the gameplay if you are watching on stream, or if you're watching this as a video later. Other than that, I'll just stop the recording for the video, and I'll talk to just you streamers. We'll just have a little conversation, you and me. Cross your fingers, guys. We've got the deck. We were able to play it before. We don't have ranked. See, it's like grayed out. Please let me know if you were able to launch Arena and it has, you know, draft and sealed and all that stuff. Let me know, because I don't think it necessarily is going to pop up here in mine. Playing some mono green Terminal Velocity, and I guess it's a keepable hand. We'll ramp with Glimpse the Core, and maybe we'll get up to Lumra. Don't know what we're going to be up against. It is the play queue. Could be somebody running their best thing. So what do we do? I think the Stomping Ground's tapped. We can surveil. Although we're gonna, maybe we don't want to surveil yet. We're just gonna gain some life. It's the Gorehound, so it's probably some kind of graveyard-based deck. Forest. We've got the 6 lands to get to Lumra. Can we survive long enough? Okay, they're running Timeline color. So maybe this is some kind of mono black aggro. This guy's pretty good. We'll get Map of the Frontier. We'll take a land out of the deck. Because, you know, Lumra brings cards back from the graveyardy. Should we do 1 Arid Archway and 1 Conduit Pylons? Or we might need a second red. So let's just do that just in case. We'll bounce back Adventures in. And a Bloodghast. They get to surveil. Another Gorehound. Well, we're going to hope to draw a Terminal Velocity, because we need to wipe this board. Well. Ask and you shall receive. Question is, do we put in the World Sire? I think we do, right? It's just too crazy. Attack all these lands. Yes. 18. Submit all the lands. Enters tapped. Enters tapped. Oh, we got 3 Arid Archways. That's kind of rough. We don't need another Lumra. We'll play that next turn. What do we want to return? Adventures in, and Commercial District. Attack you for 18. Okay, they're willing to go to 2. Wipe the board here. Now they can't cast. They could cast this, but it's going to cost the warp ability. It costs 2 life, so Bloodghast, Vengeful Blood Witch. Meanwhile, we've got Lumra and Anti-Causal Vestige. We can warp this, right? Value less than or equal to the number of lands we control. So should we warp it? I think we just straight cast it. They can remove it. We get a free Lumra. And if they can't, we can Rogue's Passage. Block the Blood Witch, I guess? We go to 19, they go to 3. Now they can warp this guy in if they want. Yeah. The thing is, if you remove this guy, I get a free Lumra. And I could get to play a World Sire next turn if I want. Return a land I control to its owner's hand. Tragic Trajectory. They have 2 Tragic Trajectories. They're going out in style. They're just going out in style, I think. Woo! Okay. Got the win. Terminal Velocity. That black aggro deck, the mono black aggro deck with the new cards, looks like no joke too. So happy to get that win. Derek says, Arena's not working. Is it happening to anyone else? No, you're not alone, Derek. Yes, it took me an hour of trying to even get this far, and now it's saying degraded here. We can even check. Go back to Chrome and see. Check the status. See, degraded performance. Continuing to investigate the issue. Some features and play modes may be disabled as we work to resolve the issue. Thank you for your patience. Why does this happen every time a new set releases? Why can it not just work day one of the format? I do not know. I wish I did. Derek says GG, yeah. Heck yeah. That was a good game. GG'd him. Firing it up again here. Terminal velocity. You're just tuning in. New card from Edge of Eternities. Poo Poo UFO, not from Edge of Eternities, but in fact from Final Fantasy. But you know, spaceship, not necessarily out of place. I guess we'll keep this. We just have to draw one card to use with this, and we have to ramp up to 6 mana, which should be doable. I guess we don't have green, though. That's a little bit of a troubling thing. Well, we'll poo-poo UFO. We can poo-poo next turn. That'll block Forsaken Miner anyway. And then we can start ramping. Sephiroth. Servandum, we take a hit. Okay, so we did get. We could go get a forest here. This conduit pylons lets us filter mana, and then we'll pass turn. We can Arid Archway back the conduit pylons with our poo poo ability. A Vengeful Blood Witch. A lot of people playing black sacrifice strategies with the timeline color. There it is. Warps it in. Sacrifices the color, probably? We need to hit this terminal velocity. Toot sweet. Yeah, okay. At least we're not taking damage from that. We can block Sephiroth. Resolve all your triggers. I just want to get to blocks. Pass to blockers. Block the Sephiroth. Let's put a land into play. It is an Arid Archway. We will bounce back pylons. And I don't think I need a Stomping Grounds at the moment. Take 4. Ooh, we got a Rogue's Passage. Spelunking we don't need. It's time to do some terminal velocitating. Put that in. Well, they may as well chump block here. They might not see that line. Nope, they don't. Okay. I'll put another Arid Archway in. Go back to pylons again. Glimpse the core, don't need that. We're just going to need threats. And some damage, but we do wipe the board. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. I'm going to go to like 1. Guess if we do, we're kind of just dead to this hasty guy. Yeah. It was too little, too late. Oh, but they... Oh, yeah, no, they did play it. Okay. GG's. And that's what it looks like when you lose to the black deck instead of win. So... Derek doesn't have Arena working, but has anyone else got it where it's not only working like you're seeing from me, but working in the sense of getting the draft and the sealed? Let me know. Chat. If it starts working for anyone. We'll just sit here and play some of these new cards while we hit refresh. Alright. We keep this. We don't have green, but we do have the UFO, and we do have the terminal velocity with the World Sire. Give it a shot. See if the pylons can get us there. Starting town. Kavaron Harrier. Arid Archway, we'll keep that. Help ramp us eventually. Legion Extruder goes face, huh? One that coming out hot. Got some poo-poo. We're gonna make a robot. Not make a robot. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna do UFO. It's fine. Let's slow down our ramp slightly, but don't need another World Sire. Clockwork Percussionist. Now they make a robot? Okay, now they do make a robot. Block whatever we want to block. Go to 12. Got a Lumra. Need a land that's good to bounce. Forest. I would like to draw that. So let's just warp this. No tax. Draw the forest. We get to put a permanent onto the battlefield. Adventure's in. Yeah, I'll keep that. And the turn. Alright, so next turn... We need another red source, though, don't we? So maybe I was supposed to bottom that. So we either need 7 mana, because we can wipe the board here with the World Sire. Block 2. I'll block the world I block for you. Drop down Viper. Oh, they decided to sacrifice everything already. Let's put a land onto the battlefield already. We sacrifice the UFO. Famished Worldsire. Let's just sack them all. Come on, mouse. Submit 9. That graveyard for Lumra. And that in the graveyard for Lumra. And that in the graveyard for Lumra. And that we can keep on top. And we'll bounce back our land. And oh, hey, we get an attack. The opponent scooped it up. GG's. That's the power. Okay, checking in again. Anybody seeing anything? Let me know. Well, at least I'll get a video out today, looks like. Hit record here. Don't hit end stream. Okay. Terminal mono green with anti-causal vestige. Just keeping some crazy hands, honestly. We've got no colored mana. Maybe we'll find it if we surveil enough. Not what I was hoping for. Pylons. Forest is what I'm hoping for, so let's keep that on top. Fast turn. And we'll put the pylons into play. But we're keeping on top. Alright, are they Esper control? What are they up to over there? We can try to do a vestige. I like this because then we just put the spelunking in. They're gonna know more lies. Okay. Cosmo says, hello, when does traditional draft usually start? Yeah, it's usually up. You're not alone, Cosmo. I'm waiting. I normally would day one do some, let's just pay 2 life. Why not? I do some draft and sealed. But for whatever reason, Wizard seems to have trouble when they do the releases of their sets. Outrageous robbery. They stole 1 card. It was a Conduit Pylons. Congratulations. Now I have enough mana Because before I would have to filter it through the conduit pylon, so I actually needed 7 mana to terminal velocity. I'm betting they're going to counterspell this, but that's one less we have to worry about. Meanwhile, what are we at? Are we at enough? We're one away from being able to just hard cast the World Sire. We'll try the Lumra. Not under any threat. Maybe we've got him out of counter spells. Nope. Getting hit by 4 mana counter spells over here. I have a single town in play. We could at least be knocking him down a few life with the poo-poo. Flinging poo-poo, as I call it. The commercial district. Untapped. We'll try the terminal velocity. Honestly, might have just made sense to hardcast the World Sire and negate. Okay. Let's just hope I can get more threats than they can get counter spells. Spelunky. 3 steps ahead. Oh, they get to draw cards after it. Ugh. This is where you want to have 1 Cavern of Souls in your deck. Meticulous Archive. And they're a mill deck. Okay, well, we found out their win condition. Still holding up 3 mana, although not 2 blue. Terminal velocity does nothing for me. Spelunked. Let's get some arid archways and get back some of our lands. Conduit. Don't need Glimpse the Core. Need more threats. And just take another Conduit Pylons. Ambush World Sire, there's another threat. Pass the turn. So the question is, do I terminal velocity here? Possibly. There's another one, okay. If they can't stop this, we'll be in good shape. Paying very carefully. Thing is, with Devour, we don't necessarily want to fill up our graveyard with their exhaustibility. Devour 7 lands, I suppose. What? I'm attacking you for 1. rightly remembered we kept that on top. It's a bummer. Just need them to be out of counterspells. Okay, all the 3 steps ahead. It's pretty hard when they got more counterspells than you've got threats. Get you for another 1. Take that. So we only need to sack 7 lands. Anti-causal Vestige would have been a nice draw. Are we at where we can cast this and the Vestige? I don't think we are. We're just like a land or 2 away. Okay, so if we do Lumra, at least that gets all the lands back. It's going to mill us for 4. We're at 27. See if it goes. They dumped a Day of Judgment. Hey, it did go. Return a land to our hand. Forest. Gotta be selected. We played Forest. I wonder if I better not. They probably have another Wrath. They get all our terminal velocities. They've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of them are in the graveyard. So our chances of winning are pretty low. Obviously, Lumra is a big threat, but then they can outrageous robberize us. Riverturn Monument. I think they've got lethal. I'm not gonna hover my library to give them any ideas. Destroy all creatures, then any number of target players each mill half their library rounded down. Okay. Yeah, and then they have 4 mana. They got us! The Singularity. Good game. GG's. So Cosmo asks if I'm excited for Shocklands in Standard. Yeah, I mostly play Standard. I guess what's my main format? Whatever I feel is fun. And I've been liking Standard, Cosmo, and what else can I say? I play Brawl, play some Pioneer. I would like to get it so I've got recording capability on MTG Online. Play some Pauper, play some Modern. One of these days. The ambition. If you're just joining, we are playing some of the new cards and against some of the new cards in the play queue in Standard, which seems to be the only thing working on Arena, or at least it was when I fired up Arena. If you've got Draft or Sealed or something else working on Arena, let me know. And we'll start moving to switch over to that. We are playing quote-unquote mono green, because as you can see there's red, with terminal velocity. This looks like a keeper. Let's play Stomping Ground tapped. Speaking of the Shocklands being back in standard. Next turn we can glimpse the old core. And then the next turn we can warp in the anti-causal vestige. Or we can play Spelunking. I don't think we're under too much pressure. When this goes away, we can put in Spelunking anyway. So, kind of like to get a threat here. We got more people just joining. I'm going to show what this deck can do. So that lets us draw a card, put in Spelunking. Which lets us draw a card and put in a forest. Alright. So, we normally would try to do... We don't get a land. We can just hardcast the vestige. Right? Or no, it's just offering that to warp. Alright, well let's warp. They do have a VV over there. We don't have a lot of interaction. In fact, we have 0 interaction. Oh, I don't get to poo-poo. Guess because that's in the end step. They could be going off here. Sleight of hand. So far, our opponent is just playing a total meta deck with no new cards. I have seen some new cards be suggested for BB. Don't ask me what they are, though. There's a sorcery that deals 2. But really, it's like 3. From Edge of Eternities. You could run that in this deck. Wild Ride, okay. And they make 4 more mana with VV. It's gone, yep. Alright. Well, that's a meta deck. You never know what you're going to run into on the play queue. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. A Johnny King, a Crystal Beat. Gotta show people how to play mono green this set. Love having a Vendo, Kona, Great Worm, and Adamantoise. Yeah. Post a link of, or I guess if it won't let you post a link, post a deck list. What are you liking for mono green? I would love to get a good mono green deck. I would like to see green be competitive again. I was sick of it when it was overpowered, but now enough time has passed. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it return. Pardon my nose wipe. Okay. Do one more game with this red-green deck, and then maybe we'll build another deck with some of the new cards. Maybe try to reboot Arena and see if Draft and Sealed is finally fixed. I keep my fingers crossed, though. Okay, we got the World Sire. We do not have the Terminal Velocity, but we got the Anti-Causal Vestige. Let's just try it. Do Adventures in and either Arid Archway or Forest, depending. Opponent takes a mulligan. This looks like a new background. Hey, we're 22, we're winning. Baloth is the only thing missing in the deck list. That would be nice to have a Baloth. Exile a card. Alright, you can have one of my Map the Frontiers. No biggie. Nothing better to play, so let's bounce the Adventures in and pass the turn. Emberheart Challenger. This guy is great, the Lightstall Inquisitor. I like this guy a lot. 2 on Vigilance. When it enters, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. And it costs 1 more. And if it's a land, it enters tapped. So let's Conduit Pylons and see what we find. Glimpse the Core. Not great. We just need to get going with the Anti-Causal Vestige. We don't have anything to put into play with it. We can put in a land. Flip a Voice of Victory, but they cannot play it. And another Famished World Sire. Well, let's gain some life. Anti-Causal. Do we get a permanent we can put into play? We do. Spelunking. Nice. Give me a forest. I need all the green we can get if we want to play these World Sires. Screaming Nemesis. Go down to 6. Oh, Terminal Velocity I think would have saved us there, other than we don't have enough red mana. They have to have just no other way to deal damage to us, and we take 5 from those 2. We block the Emberheart Challenger. I think that's a big if. Pretty much the toast. GG's. So that was a Nova Hellkite. 4/5 Flying Haste. Ouchie. Well, let's see if this even recorded. First things first, we will refresh. Let's refresh the arena status. Still showing degraded service. My untapped. Is untapped.gg working? Let's see if it loads anything. Popularity today. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be working. I could try and look at my my win rate with that deck, but I think as you saw, did we win 2 and lose 4? So not the greatest showing by the Terminal Velocity deck, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. So let's pick another deck to do. People in the chat like green, because we've got this blue-green dock deck. Let's see what else Yo Man has here. The deck dump thread. If you weren't watching the first stream I did, where we went through this whole thread, there's a streamer and content creator named Yo Man, sponsored by a streamer and content creator named Power Dragon, who posts these deck dump threads now on Blue Sky. If you're on Blue Sky, give me a follow. And also check out this thing by this thread by Yo Man. So there's green black Reanimator Roots. That would have some green. There's Gruul Kavu Landfall. Mono green, quote unquote, Terminal Velocity is what we just did. Rakdos Monolith, Jeskai Equipment. Green white Warp Cage. That could be fun. Check that one out. Gotta find something without too many new mythics. What's the old mythic? So that's 4 new mythics, so that's not gonna work. Almost. I only have 1 mythic wild card currently. Artifact Delirium. Jund Roots. That could be interesting. Might form Harmonizer from Mono Green Landfall. With the Chocoboos, and Bristly Bill, and the Tifas. So yeah, that's just rare. That could be good. Not showing off too many of the new cards, but we do get to show off Might Form Harmonizer. Now let's see if we can actually import a deck, because last time we tried doing that, that didn't work. Hey, I've got another pack. Open it in case we get a Might Form Harmonizer. No, we did get Diadrine. That's kind of a cool card. You all seen this one? 0-1 Trample. Number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. And then whenever you attack, you can remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures. And if you do, you draw a card and make a 2/2 robot. Robot! Maybe it's cooler as a commander than in standard or any of the constructed formats. I do, however, have to delete a deck. Believe it or not, it was not long ago I cleared out like 20 decks out of my account, but what are you going to do? Terminal Green, we'll leave that to... oops. Let's import. Error importing deck. Input string contains unknown card title. Okay, I guess we will do a brand new deck. Set format. Standard. We'll call this S for standard, G landfall. So before I start building this deck, oh here, you guys didn't even see this. Before I start building this deck, let me read because it looks like we got quite a discussion going on here. Oh, this is Salute Your Snorts deck list. Nice. That looks fun. Old school elf deck with big bombs. Friendly Baloth would be great. Space is tight in the main. Leon's running Mono Black Sacrifice. It's great. Yeah, maybe we should just build Mono Black Sacrifice. It's like 80% commons and uncommons. And Johnny helpfully saying I'm still on the other screen. Okay, well, I got this up. We'll build the landfall and we'll build Mono Black. And while I'm building those, you guys let me know which one you want to see the most. So, won't take too long to build, hopefully. Llanowar. Saz. Barist. Libil. Tifa. Come on, Tifa. Where are you? There you are. Oh, I actually don't have 4 Tifas. I'll use another Mossborn Hydra. Use another wild card for the Tifas. We need some Bushwhacks. What else we need? Traveling Chocobo. And the Might Form Harvester. Or Might Form Harmonizer. How many times am I going to say that wrong? Whenever land you control enters double the power of target creature you control until end of turn. Turns them all into Tifas. And Snakeskin Veil. And Overprotect. Just one of those. And a couple escape tunnels. Three escape tunnels and 4 fabled passages. Bobled. How many do I have of the other kind? None. And 16 forests. Okay. So let's craft that. And then we'll build the mono black sacrifice deck. What am I not playing? There might actually be some decks down here that are... Yeah, this is standard. Standard mono B sack. Alright, so what do we think is in mono B sack? Get some Sephiroths. We got that vampire. That's like maybe the blood gas too. Put 2 blood gas in just in case. Vengeful Blood Witch, that's what it's called. And there's that new warp guy in black. This guy, timeline color. Let's see. Let's check in on the chat. Skip the lands hasn't been great. Okay, so Leon's against doing the mono green deck. But mono black sacrifice is great. Let's see. Sothera. What is Sothera? Oh, this thing. Well, I can only make up to 1 more Sothera. I just have 1 more mythic wild card. How many Sotheras do we need? Mythic EOE land for mono black? Yeah, okay, I'll skip that. What else are we running? That little skeleton guy? Forsaken Miner? So Leon runs 1, some run 2. Okay. Craft timeline colors. We'll definitely be playing with those in this new standard. Looks absolutely busto. So we need to put in some swamps here. If we're a fast deck, we probably don't need the full 24. Maybe just 22 or 23. We'll start with 22. Timeless color. It is timeless. I don't know if you meant that to be a pun on the name, but I'm with you. I'm going to look at... Off screen, I'm going to look at Yeoman's mono black list. See what else I'm missing, but you guys can chime in with any other ideas. Mono black aggro, or actually here. Well, yeah, Caustic Bronco, Cecil, of course. Shoot the Sheriff and Tragic Trajectory. Look, I need to turn on Not Collected to see Tragic Trajectory. How many Cecils do I need? I'm not going to go the full 4. I'll start with 3. And then there's that new sack outlet guy that's uncommon, right? Set EOE MV2. This guy, no, that's not. This guy, Umbral Collar Zealot. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. At least want to try that guy out. I'll put in at least a 1 of fun of. Let's see, what else is in the list? Sunset Saboteur, Caustic Bronco. Put some Soulstone Sanctuaries. Let's get Caustic with it. I'm gonna go 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries. I think we want double black for Blood Gas and Timeline colors. We might not even need Soulstone Sanctuary. And, oh yeah, that 4/1 guy. What's it called? There's a warp version of Sephiroth? Just in terms of the ability, right? That 4/1 guy. This guy, Sunset Saboteur. No, that's not warp. This guy, oh yeah. Let's put one of those guys in. It's not being quite as aggro. And that 4/1 guy, this guy, I want to try that guy out. Sunset Saboteur. Alright, so it's a mixture of mono black sacrifice slash aggro, and then we should put in one of the one or two of the serpent guy. What is it called? The snake. You guys know what I'm talking about. Roundmouth Viper. If I trim a Sephiroth, no, you wouldn't trim a Sephiroth, right? Trim a Bronco and a Miner. Okay, it's kind of a crazy deck. We'll give it a shot, huh? Anybody got a draft or sealed working? Ranked is not working. Oh, that was a long... I was accidentally recording too much. Okay. Not Arena, but I got a third at my local pre-release. Cool. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the attic. Manadad here. We're gonna play some mono black sacrifice slash aggro. Hopefully the best of both worlds. We got new fun cards like the Timeline color, the Umbral Collar Zealot, combining them with old favorites like Sephiroth. He's really not that old. We'll get this gentleman in. Don't need as many 1-drops when you can just do this on turn 1. FOMO! Alright, well... couple different plays. We can remove Shoot the Sheriff. Could be some kind of graveyard thing or reanimator thing. We could put the Umbral Collared Zealot down to have a turn where we're just sacking Timeline color over and over eventually. Same with Vengeful Blood Witch. Depends on how aggro we want to be. We just cast the Timeline color. Maybe just cast the timeline color. Even though we don't have an attack with it. Gives us something to sack Sephiroth next turn. Leon likes black, white, and limited. So I won my pre-release. I went 3-0 split. And I was just doing 4-color landers. So I did everything but black. Probably could attack there. Got a trajectory. Just all enchantments. Joshua. Discard up to 2 cards and draw that many. Esper Origins. We've got Delirium. Huh. Well. Guess I'll just take the 3. We could warp and then tragic trajectory that. Or we could wait and try tragic trajectory at some point later. We could just Vengeful Blood Witch. We got too much stuff to do. 4-1 Menace. Board is empty. They drop a Lush Portico. We have 2 cards in hand. Well, there's the Arena. Bringing back Bahamut. Great. All those, I guess. Go ahead and warp. They're down to 5. And we might just be able to get there with the Blood Witch. Boiler building. Discard a card to do that. We might have wanted to discard a card, but. So. Oh, but see, I need a sack outlet, right? So I can't really. Cast this card from your graveyard using its warp ability, right? I should be able to warp it. Am I crazy? Why can't I warp it? It's not letting me warp it. I think this is bugged. Oh well. Let's see what they shoot with the boiler bagels. We should have been able to paste that in. Sacrifice it. Now this has lifelink. Great. Oh, we were so close. Oh, does something prevent us from paying life? No, see, it wants me to pay the full. Was it not in the graveyard? Is that why? That must be why. Okay, well, we figured it out. But we're toast anyway. Let me do some bookkeeping. Anybody have any comments? Anybody anybody getting it working? She's so hard to beat. Yuna. Yeah, I beat one Yuna that game, but I could not beat the second. Let's see. So I'm sure I could have played differently, having just played that deck for the first time and played with some of those cards for the first time. Probably could have done it differently. Let's check on arena status. What's your status? Still degraded performance. Okay. Group some of the recordings I did for the last deck. If you are just joining the stream, you can restart it and find the first deck we played, which was a very fun terminal velocity deck. Mono green, but with terminal velocity in red. Putting stuff in, sacrificing lands. Maybe we'll do a deck tech here. Looks like a bunch of new people are just joining, so let's do a deck tech, and also I'll take comments if we should make adjustments here. Drink some water. Welcome to the Attic Manadad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena, day one, Edge of Eternities. Unfortunately, Arena is kind of crapped out. Right now, as I record, it's degraded capacity. So we can only play in the play queue, but I've got an excellent chat here who is telling me Mono Black Sacrifice is where it's at with the new Edge of Eternity card. So let's take a look. I've kind of combined a Yo-Man Mono Black Sacrificey aggro list with some more traditional Mono Black Sacrifice cards. So let's see what we came up with. First of all, we got Cecil, still relatively new, Final Fantasy. Just a 2/3 Death Touch for 1 mana. And when it deals damage, you are going to lose that much life. So kind of aggro there. But once your life total is less than or equal to half of your starting life total, we untap Cecil, transform it, get a 4/4 lifelinker. Forsaken Miner. Whenever we commit a crime, we can pay black, and if we do, we can bring it back, which is nice if you're sacrificing and doing some loops with that. Our new 1 mana spell, removal spell, like this sorcery speed. So we'll see if this sticks around, but Tragic Trajectory, -2/-2, but if you can void, you can give a -10/-10. So remove almost anything for 1 mana, which is pretty good. And we can void pretty easily because we've got some warp spells and we've got ways to sacrifice and trigger the void. So Tragic Trajectory there, and then the other piece of black removal to be familiar with here now that we've rotated is Shoot the Sheriff, which destroys a non-outlaw creature. It's not everything, but hopefully enough of what is a threat in this standard. A couple Caustic Broncos, again just trading cards for life. Sunset Saboteur, this is another new one from Edge of Eternity. It's a 4/1 menace for just 2 mana with Ward, discard a card, which we know is a fantastic bit of text. The one problem with it is whenever it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature opponent controls. So there are some board states where we're not going to want to attack, but hopefully our removal will get us through those. Umbral Caller Zealot, I just put this in as a one of fun of. This is a new EDH All-Star for sure. 2 mana for a 3/2. Already just good on stats. And free sacrifice outlet. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Surveil 1. Because we're going to be sacrificing things. And we don't care if stuff gets removed. We've got the Vengeful Blood Witch, which would be nice. Bloodghast is a good one to sacrifice and bring back. And then Timeline Color, you're going to be seeing a lot of this, is my prediction. 2/2 haste, you can cast it from your graveyard using the warp ability, and the warp is black and pay 2 life. So pretty awesome. Of course, 4 Sephiroths, everybody's favorite sacrifice payoff here. 3 mana, 3/3. When it enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature if you do draw a card. And then it has the ping ability. And so does Susurian Voidborn. Susurian. 3 mana, 2/2, but you can warp it in for just 1 mana. And whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. We have Sothera the Super Void. It's a 4 mana legendary enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. And at the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice Sothera, then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. And we got Rottenmouth Viper. It's just to sacrifice all this good stuff and just be a finisher. Punisher finisher. So that is Mono Black Sacrifice, Soulstone Sanctuary. The list I was looking at had 4 of these, but I wanted to keep a lot of black pips so we can cast our Bloodghasts and our Timeline Colors. And that's about it. Chat, have anything else to add? Probably not. So let's see this Mono Black Sacrifice deck in action on day 1 of Edge of Eternities. Edging of Eternities, that's what everybody's calling it. Alright. I don't see any comments, so we're going to go with this deck list as we have it. Give it a shot. Pulling in Mono Black Sacrifice, day 1. Snap Keep. Cast with Warp. Take 2, but you'll take 2 as well. And I think I'll get the Fabled Saboteur down. We got Lanny Wars. Huh. Got the Tragic Trajectory. Go with the Saboteur. Hydra. Okay, well that's more of a threat. So I guess we'll play the Tragic Trajectory. I guess we can give the Llanowar Elf a +1/+1 counter. What do we want to do? Yeah, we can also hit him with the timeline color. Timeline color is very good to sacrifice. They go to 12. To Sephiroth. And the Chocobooty. Chocobingle. And the Saz's Chocoboo. Well, now I'm not as excited about attacking with the Sunset Saboteur. I could just Bloodghast, Blood Witch, I guess, or just Blood Witch. This guy's still a good blocker, really. It might be correct to just attack with this guy and give these all +1 counters. We're somewhat coming out ahead. I should have cast that or attacked with that too. Forgot this is a haste. Well, it didn't take long to get to a punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
This is a good test here, right? We're going to play either the green landfall deck or the black sacrifice deck. And Leon told us green's not as good as the black. So it's all on you, Leon. Opponent, are you there?
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
Now, to be fair, considering how bad Arena's been today, it might not be opponent getting salty. It might be Arena.
You know what a hurry we're in!
Salty didn't like it much.
I do not suppose you could have split things up.
Salty?
Rub.
Do it!
Leon's taking the blame for everything.
Salty.
Thanks, Leon.
I am only waiting around to kill you.
While being a scapegoat. We got another Saboteur. Well, should we just attack with all these guys? See what they block with? So we can't attack with the Saboteur. They'll have too good of blocks. I think we're going to win by a timeout, though. Leon, was it you? Are you G-Kip? Did you go unplug their internet? Alright. Here we go again on our own. On the only road we've ever known. The Drifter. Now we can just loop the timeline color. Got him down to 4. If they do end up coming back, I see. So then, yeah, so I was thinking you could just pay a black every time, but no. You have to pay a black and 2 life, and then you have to pay the 2 black. What do you all think of this warp animation? I don't know about this. That's their version of warp. You can kind of see it spinning, like, I guess the warp hyperspace is more spinny in Star Wars. In Star Trek, it's more like smeared light, right, going by you. Nope, Leviojma, and I'm playing Venom O. Warp looks too digital, yeah. With you. Alright, well, we got the win. Don't think I can put that one on when I do the deck, when I do a play thing, so I guess that's just a bonus for those of you who are here. When I make an eventual deck tech and gameplay video. That's what I was trying to say. Whew. I've had my daughter of course my daughter decided to not have good sleep the days leading up to a new set releasing. Because why wouldn't she? Checking the status page. Was I recording this? I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's record. Playing Mono Black Sacrifice with new cards. Shishirian Voidborn. Guess we don't have anything else to do. We can warp that. I guess it doesn't make sense though, right? Because we can't attack with it. Day Fire Breaks, okay. We'll get the Bronco down. Oh no, we'll get the Timeline Color down. Repurposing Day. Repurpose your mother, Trebek. So this is definitely another deck that I've seen. Yo-Man has a deck that's for Repurposing Bay. Now I don't know if the opponent is playing any new cards. I guess maybe we'll find out. Simulacrum Synthesizer. That's just a huge. We could probably remove one big. I guess we could remove two big robots, two big constructs. Go with Blood Witch or Caustic Bronco. They're not removing anything this turn, so Bronco. Down to 16. Let's see. Make a construct, obviously. They're gonna get another synthesizer. Couple constructs. There, hitting what? It's the Blood Witch. Okay. Okay, cool. We got another one of those. Unfortunately, don't have a lot of ways to. Oh, no, I should have played the Blood Witch first. That's a punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
Oh, they have another snare. Yeah, I think we're toast here, guys. GG it? Yeah. That's too many snares. GG's. Alright, do we need to adjust this sacrifice deck? Is this deck list not, it's not good? Kojo asks how I'm liking the new set. I like it, Cole. You might not have been around. I did pre-release. I was able to get away from the family for one pre-release, as usual. Got the marriage pass for one pre-release, and I went and I spiked it. I'd say I won it. I went 3-0 and then just split in the final. I consider that a win. So David says, haha, loser. Yeah, well. Thank you for your constructive criticism, David. David, would you like to, I'll bring up the deck list again. I think we need to figure out, maybe need more removal. It is best of one. And the Yo-Man does a lot of stuff for best of 3. What other good removal is there in this format now? Let's look at type, instant, destroy. So Bitter Triumph we still have. There's Depressurize. Target creature gets -3, -0, and then if its power is 3 or less, we destroy it. Long Goodbye. Can't be countered. Destroy a creature with mana value 3 or less. Really not great removal instant speed, is there? Let's put it in a Depressurize. Get some reps with that card. And what do we feel like is not good enough? The Caustic Bronco. Let's lose the Bronco. We'll do 2 Depressurizes. We'll have a bit more interaction. I think interaction is going to be good with Sunset Saboteur. Well, we might have to re-record the deck to. Yeah, Void triggers off Warp, yeah. David, I'm gonna follow. Appreciate it, David. I'll take your joshing. Take your jokings. All right. There's a guy who only got 3rd because the top 2 split. Yeah, well. Sorry. It was such that it made sense to split. The winner was going to get 5 packs and the loser was going to get 3 packs. So we each just got 4 packs and got to do some card trading. Got to trade for some new cards. All right. You don't want to go down memory lane with my pre-release. You're here to see some new cards. Let's take this slightly altered mono black deck list out for a run, for a trial. What are we gonna do? Draft and sealed still not working, right? So let's keep playing some standard. This is how they get you to play standard. If you're not a standard player, it's like all of Arena is broken except for the standard play queue. Forsaken Miner. Not that kind of miner. Ooh, Dark Confidant. That Dark Confidant could be in our deck. How much are we worried about Dark Confidant? Seems like a Dark Confidant should be an outlaw, but it's not. think maybe if they'd had the Wizard Warlock distinction more down when it was first printed. Tursa! Wouldn't want to rehearse so. So, let's see. We attack. We play the Zealot. We sacrifice the Miner. We take out Tursa. Does that seem like the right plan? To do that to trigger Void. I don't need another swamp right now. So, to see the mana bases here, we got Starting Town. Okay, Grixis Vivi. Well, we must remove Vivi. That's kind of unquestionable, huh? I could play Blood Gas, sacrifice it. In fact, I think I shall. Did we get haste? Oh, and we get a crime. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, David, somehow you became #1. No worries about the joke. Tudo bem, David da Silva Costa. I'm assuming you speak Portuguese. Are you in Brazil? All I remember of my Brazilian Portuguese is tudo bem. Okay, so we got Sephiroth. I mean, we may as well attack with everything, right? We're gonna jump. Boom, boom. Coming in hot. Just sack the Bloodghast. Bring back the Bloodghast. Alright. We got this one in the bag if they don't have a board wipe. That's a big if. What you got, Grixis? Boom! Okay. Looks like Dill 4 showed up just in time. Loop back to the stream to let you know the limited draft events for EOE seem to be up and working. Oh! Hallelujah. All right. Well, let's switch over to that. And I better make a note. In how deep are we into this stream now? An hour and 34. 1:34:08. We can start doing sealed. Except I probably have to reboot. Let's see. Oh no, here we go. Edge of Eternities Limited. I don't have to reboot. Get my sealed token on. Welcome to anybody who jumped ahead in the stream to 1:34:34, let's say, for the sealed. It is day 1 of the format. Edge of Eternities, an actual Magic set for the last time in a while. We've got Lumbering Falls, Sacred Foundry. So, not to brag, in my pre-release I was undefeated. Won the first 3 rounds, and then the 4th round did a split for the top prize. So, let's look at what we have greater than uncommon. Not less than uncommon. Rarity greater than uncommon. Starwinder. This seems interesting. Requiem Monolith. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards and lose that much life. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, and you can just have it draw you a card and take a life damage every turn. I mean, it's alright. I think that's probably pretty good in sealed. We got the Godless Shrine, we got the Sacred Foundry. We got the Lumbering Falls. Are we gonna do 5 color here? So yeah, well, I guess I didn't finish the story. My deck in the pre-release was 4 color, no black, and I had a bunch of lander tokens, and I just played all my most powerful stuff. Good creature get +1/+1, has 15, exile a Dominion Bracelet. You control target opponent during their next turn. I mean, I think you probably at least play one of these in any deck. Genemorph Imago. Imago? I never know how to pronounce that. It's like a life stage of a moth, right? Exile an artifact card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature that deals damage to its power to any target. And it's just a 1/1 menace. Choose odd or even. Destroy a creature with mana value of the chosen quality, then gain control of all creatures until end of turn. I mean, that seems like a good card. So, I don't know about blue and green. We'll look through the rest of the cards. After just looking at the rares, I like the red and black. I'll tell you what I know about each of these. I mean, Banishing Light is kind of a slam dunk. Emergency Eject, I played this. That was okay. This guy was annoying. This makes 2 1/1s, and then you get to find an equipment, and we could find the Dominion Bracelet. But is that... That's not an equipment that's worth paying 6 mana for. Honor's not bad just to, like, help get through the deck. Focus Fire. That's removal. Throw that in. Starfield Shepherd. Here's Ramp. It's a flyer. That seems pretty good. So that's the standard, can attack as though it didn't have defender blue creature. Artifacts. This is pretty good, the Infiltrator. Big ol' whale. There's the Starwinder. Okay, so blue doesn't look that exciting to me. This, you do have to sacrifice something to destroy an artifact creature thing, but I always and then we get Grav Kill. For sealed, I always prioritize removal. People are playing their best of their best stuff. Costs 2 less to cast if a non-land permanent with the valid reveals their hand. Choose non-land the player discards that card. That might be if we wanted to fill out, but I don't think we need to fill out. So this guy is pretty good, the Mechan. It's just a 1/3 and it can ramp you. Help us get enough 2-drops. Spacecraft. It's pumpable. 3 damage to each opponent, or exile our artifacts with mana value 3 or less. That could hit some of our stuff. Certainly worth considering on the sideboard. This guy's pretty good, just aggro. What's this? Blade of the Swarm. Gets rid of a warp thing. Nah. Might be great, I don't know. 4 or 5 reach. If an on-land permanent left the battlefield or a spell was warped, put a +1/+1 counter. I'd run 2 out of 3 of those, for sure. Where are we at? We still don't have a full deck, though. Meltstrider's Resolve. There's a lander token thing. There's a Death Touch. You would definitely play that. This was great. I ended up main decking this most of my pre-release. I had 2 of those in my pool. I had this guy in my deck. I never drew it or played it. I might have drawn it. I never played it, that I recall. Not that it was relevant. Just a big old 5/5. Not bad. Get stuff back's not bad. Alfariel. Command Bridge goes right in the deck. This is interesting. The non-token artifact creature. I had 2 of these in my pool and I didn't run any of them. But a 2/3, so there's 2/2 robots running around. So 2/3 is not bad stats. And then it's non-token artifact creature, so you can't try to just make a bunch of robots and win with poison counters. This deals 10 damage to up to 1 target creature. Question is, without a bunch of ramp, can you even play that? This we might want just for the Rust Harvester. The Automaton Torpedo. Let's consider those. Alright, let's see. Put that in. +1/+1 in haste. That's not bad. A 1/1 Death Touch would definitely go in. There's the Virus Beetle. There's this guy. That can be kind of annoying for an opponent to deal with. Oh yeah, and this guy. I faced this once, it was annoying. Just do Honor to make the deck smaller. Or just go wide with the Night Luminary. This is... oh, I got 3 of these. So if we want to do some kind of sacrifice thing. Tap another target creature. Control a creature with +1/+1 counter. Let's see. I'm looking at something like this. Let's see what the chat says here. White seems to be the strongest color. Well, that wasn't what I saw. It might be. What was the strongest to me was playing, you know, 5-color good stuff, 4-color good stuff. But I saw a good, like, was it black-white or black-red, I think it was. There's some good black-red aggro deck that took a game off of me. But otherwise, white did not impress me. But that might just be the luck of who I was up against. That Eldrazi guy was good. I played against that. Do I have any deck tips that can reach Mythic? Yes. So if you don't know the channel, every Monday, except I didn't do it this Monday because we got the new set coming out, but generally most Mondays I have a subscription to untap.gg. I go through what decks are winning on Arena, and we also kind of talk about maybe what's winning faster, because it's to reach Mythic, you want a lot of wins, you want a deck that can win at the higher levels, and you want a deck that you can get a lot of games in. Obviously you can win with, you know, blue-white control, but if you're only playing 4 games, you're not ranking up as fast as somebody in mono-red who might be losing some more games, but can get a ton more games in. So that's my tip for going to Mythic. And then it's just putting in the time and the reps, learning the metagame. It's kind of a grind, but you can do it. I believe anybody can do it. Especially if you just copy a deck list that's already really good for the current meta. And then when it starts to lose, go find another deck list that's, you know, wins in that new meta. Rinse and repeat. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any comments on this. We'll give this a shot. I'm not super enthused about it. Like, my top end is really just the Mutinous Massacre. What's my other way to win? I feel like I need another way to win. I can draw a bunch with Requiem Monolith and just outdraw people. We have Banishing Light and Gravkill, which are 2 good removal spells, but other than that, I guess we're just going to be sacrificing stuff to Embrace Oblivion. Does Embrace Oblivion let you sacrifice an artifact? Yeah, okay, so Nutrient Block, Thaumaton, Torpedo, and then we'll get those in the graveyard, and we'll do the Rust Harvester. And that can hit any target. So I guess we got a couple ways to win. We'll give it a shot. I'm sure we'll come up against people with far more busted rares. I had that blue mythic 4/6 guy that comes in, you draw a card, and then if you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand when you draw 2. That was pretty good, although people tended to remove that right away. Gene Pollinator right out of the gate. It's gonna be slow here. Melded Moxite. Got our Death Toucher. Could warp this, actually. Probably should have played the Zookeeper Mechan or ramped with the Plains. Nova Hellkite, there we go. Well, that's not nice. The rare, I don't even have my removal yet. If we hit a land, we can get the Kavaran Sky Warden. They can now cast their Nova Hellkite. That's annoying. Nope, they'll just go for the Germinating Worm. Well, it looks like opponent is just all in on big old stuff. I'm gonna have to remove this anyway. Get rid of that. They'll cast the Nova next time. We can at least put a blocker down, but they got 4 cards in hand. Really unfortunate that they removed our Death Toucher. Oh, like just keep dropping big old guys, huh? Alright, we'll just keep removing the big old guys. Hopefully get some big old guys of our own. The fact that they're not casting the Nova Hellkite is really, really scary. Will you be able to get there with your artifact deck? What kind of artifact deck are you playing, David? Did I miss... I don't know if you're playing that... the artifact deck we saw, it's looking pretty good. They've got a Sky... Guess what? You're not the only one with the Sky Warden. So we can get our Rust Harvester? Maybe that gives us a fighting chance. This is now 5/6. Yeah, try attacking with your Hellkite now. Really? Okay. I'll take 4. Guess because they're going to grow that is what they're thinking. Can I do this and play this Starfield Shepherd? I think I can. And I guess I'll get another creature. Don't necessarily need a plains. This seems pretty good, man. Chump block with the 2/1. They were willing to give up that Nova Hellkite real easily. They got another one. Survey Mechan. We got a 7/7, but we can just chump it. What's the ward on this? Oh, it's hexproof? Darn it, I was going to shoot it down. How many? We got 3. Lander. Okay. This is the thing where you do the warp. I don't. We only can get planes. Is it worth it to get the planes out of the library? Possibly. So this is exile artifact card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter. So we can take out the biotech guy. So we should take it out now. We've got the chance. Keep hitting in. There at 8. +1 to reach. Oh, now they're at 10. Robot. So if they attack all, we still survive. No, they're not going to attack all. Okay. We could take 8, and then do we just win? Can't win in the air with this. Give them +4/+0. guess I'll block here. Embrace Oblivion. Give me that plains. Attack, attack. And then we can throw 4 at something. So I just sacrifice the equipment. We might have gotten to the point. Cost X less to activate where X is the creature's power. Like GGing, yeah. So we throw 4 damage at him, then comes back to our turn. We throw 5 damage at him. And we got the win. Boy, maybe we'll only play one more game with this and get on to the draft, huh? That's right, if you're just tuning in, Draft and Sealed is finally working. Done a snap keep on that. Don't have a lot of threats at the moment. Opponent's being very slow though. Look at them with their fancy lands. Dominion Bracelet. Honestly, if they want to counter this, probably be happy to trade for a counter. We just need a creature. These are not very functional without a creature. And okay, well, they are not into playing anything. Fine, I get it. Kavu Landseeker. Do I waste the grav kill? Probably not, right? Blow this guy up. They want to spend the whole rest of the turn doing landers. So be it. Too bad it doesn't say put a +1/+1 counter on the up to 1 target creature. So they go. They're just blue-green, blue-red. We are flooding out.
Here comes the flood. Running dry.
Uthros Psionicist. Cryogen Relic. Cool card. I had that in my sealed pool from a pre-release and I did not play it. I don't think this guy's worth wasting the grav kill on. So we'll just be See if they've got a counterspell. Not sure what 4 mana removal in blue and red would really kind of a bounce, I guess. Pop the relic. Oh, but there's no tapped creature to pop it on. I'm gonna pop it anyway. Okay, that's a good sign. They're worried about our Sky Warden. I think the Sky Warden's pretty decent stats for sealed. That's the sense I'm getting here. Because it can get bigger. They have to use their big removal on it. And then now, because they have so many lands, I have to worry about giving +4/+0 every turn. See if I get another creature I can remove it. Oh, here we go. Really? It's a battle of control decks here. Removal versus removal. I'm sitting on 2 pieces of removal, but I don't want to burn it too soon. We can definitely take some damage. For example, from a Mechan Assembler. That's another one I had in my deck. That one. Oh, Virus Beetle. Okay. Lose your last card, please. Interesting. Moonlit Meditation. I had that in my sealed pool, but I didn't play it because I wasn't sure how good it even could be. You have to have a deck that's really creating a lot of tokens, I feel like. Otherwise, you just in danger of getting 2 for 1 right away. They can make this Psionicist quite big, or they can start getting the space station online. Okay. Well, you know what? I should probably just move this over to this guy. It's more of a threat. Hopefully they'll spend all their mana giving this guy +4/+0. Then we'll just shoot it down, but then we'll be in a top deck battle, and I like their board better than ours. Well, here it comes. Oh. Interesting. Should I go ahead and trade one of these guys for this? Land's not helpful. So we need 13 mana. Uh-oh. What just happened? Alright, you're just gonna be a chump blocker, Virus Beetle. Oof. Okay, so if they control 2 or more tap creatures, they get to discard their hand. So you just attack all if your opponent, right? Because I can't kill the 5/5. I killed that guy. Tell you what, red is looking pretty good. We're talking about white. At what point can I activate the bracelet? Yeah, we're toast. Take 7, they're gonna draw more cards. Maybe they won't draw more cards. Opponent's got a good deck. I want a rematch where I don't flood out on lands. Alright, so what's it going to be? Do we play another game with this, or do we want? Do people want to see the draft? What time is it? Might have time to do a draft. A giraffe. So I'll jump into another game. Then we'll do a draft. Stay tuned. Let's see if we can. Let's get this deck to a winning record. Back to a winning record here. Opponent going first, not helpful. Keep though. The harvester. Get the nutrient block. Which we can actually sack. Let's remove something. No! Look what they did to my boy. Of course, to get red. This guy's annoying. Guess we could exile it. They've got a Dominion bracelet. Okay. Definitely want to exile it. Alright, we're back to Tide. Oh, we got this. So we can kind of play for the long game with that. Sacrifices at the end of combat, so we can't. It doesn't stick. That's kind of a non-bow. It should stick around so you can use it with Embrace Oblivion. I don't have to spend a grav kill on this guy, but I will if I have to. What did they just do? Well, that's pretty good. And they powered up the Jiminy Christmas. Dang, we're getting so close here. We can blow something up. Blow up the 4/4. That leaves 2. Or we could play the Sky Warden, sacrifice, throw the torpedo. We just hope they don't have any removal. What are the chances they don't have any removal? Yeah, drat. Maybe this card isn't as good as it looked. We have hexproof. Okay, we're down to 5. The last card's a nutrient block. That's good. Guess I'll just destroy all their stuff. Oh, but they still get the 2/2. Game's gonna be over real quick. Shepard. Can I warp this and torpedo is the question. No. Relic. that's the game. Let's do some drafting. Let's go to Edge of Eternities Limited. Premier Draft. Draft token. And, oh, yeah. Ready. We are at 2:16:36. Draft. Okay, well, we got Tanuk. I think I'll just put a reserve on that. I liked the Starfield Shepherd. I liked how that was performing. It's a little bigger. Kavu Landseeker seems good. Can do some kind of red landers thing. Maybe I'll get a chance to show you guys my 4-color lander strategy. Deafening Silence. Vanishing Light jumps out at me immediately. Frontline War Rager could be pretty good. Oh yeah, this guy was annoying. The 0-4 reach with landfall. I think I'm still going to take the removal. Oh, and we get a Sacred Foundry. Sure. Right in our colors. Yeah, this guy's good. This kind of effect. Give a +1/+0 and first strike. Got Death Touch. That combines nicely with first strike. Tapestry Warden. These bounce cards are always good. We'll do a bit of rare drafting though, and also if we want to cast Tanuk, we're going to need to be able to have red. Might be laning down a little too fast. Let's see how Boros does. See if you guys are right that white seems to be the strongest color. Yeah, well, you know, gray is my favorite color. So there's a command bridge. I mean, a 2/3 for 2, possibly make a lander. That seems great. There's another 2/3 for 2. Gain life. That's probably an underrated card. Those little things that just gain a little bit of life are usually really good. Okay, so we don't have the best cards in white or red, so we could branch out. This guy was good in my sealed deck. Might be a bit slow for draft. Could just take a 2-drop. We could take a 1-drop. We are probably trying to be kind of aggro. Or blow up an artifact. Actually, we'll take blow up an artifact. That's good removal in this format. There's enough artifacts running around. I don't think you regret main decking it. And removal / save or Exosuit Savior though. Huh. My instinct is this guy is really good. This is probably also really good. Which one should I take? Oh, okay. Well, changed my mind too slowly there. Vault Guard Trooper. That seems good for a top end. Is uncommon, so we might want to snag that. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter for each other creature or artifact you control. Could be good if we're not wiped out. Whenever this creature becomes tap, surveil 1. Also good. And this guy. 4/3 menace. Make a lander. And play for 3/1, hit the graveyard, make a lander. That is green removal. We could snag that. Seeker and the Starfighter Pilot. I think we're a 16 land aggro deck here. Green is looking open though. I'm liking the green cards I'm seeing here at the end. Yeah, we'll just throw green. We could switch. Secluded Starforge. This is good if we do go to the late game. This is either 1/2 draw a spacecraft, or we do have removal there. I'm going to take the Starforge. If nothing else, just to build my collection. Probably not the best idea. What's that thing? Alright, I think, well, we're not a spaceship deck. This might be good even if you're not a spaceship deck, but I'm going to go with the Exosuit Savior. Alright. Well, we learned our lesson on Mutinous Massacre. If you didn't watch The Sealed, wasn't as good as at least in the deck I had it in. This seems good. The Pangolin. Oh, here's a rare spaceship. Whenever it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. I mean, I'll put it on the sideboard. We have some ways to make lander tokens. If we got some other ones, it's totally splashable. And give us a flyer to close things out. So every aggro deck wants something like this. Every aggro deck wants something like that. Take the Moxite. Okay. Seems worth trying out. It might just be better to get the Starfighter Pilot, but we'll see. And here we can take another Pangolin, or we could go with the Zealous Display. I don't know if we're a go wide deck. I think we're just an artifacts deck. Many of our white cards are artifacts. There's one. I mean, +1/+1 and draw a card. Oh, but it's up against the Meccan? Well, I know the Meccan is good. I'm going to get a rep here with the Lightsmith. We seem like a deck that could be double spelling. So do we want when creature becomes tapped, surveil, or do we want gain a life? I think we'll go heavier on the artifacts theme because we got 2 of these pangolins. And there's another way to do a lander. Felgrav ship. This Felgrav ship has impressed me. Just to bring the thing back, and it's not too hard to make it a 3/2 lifelink, which is a real threat. So we'll see what we open. Blue was looking open that way. Ooh, Thespian stage. Might be one to grab. Well, we got Bombard here, though. Bombard is some pretty nice removal. Alright. Pass on the Thespian stage. And not a lot here I'm super excited about. There's your go wide guy. This is probably the best, but we got so many 3-drops already. I'm just gonna rare draft. And a Godless Shrine could help us smash into black if we find something. We'll just take the invasive maneuvers. Good red removal. We need maybe one more Banishing Light. We don't have, other than Banishing Light, we don't have a lot of ways to deal with opponent getting out ahead of us. Six-5 flying haste. It's only 3 to station. Huh. Oh, here's like better removal though. That can remove a blocker just for a key attack. And I'll take this in case we need more 1-drops. So this guy was pretty good. The 3/3 it hastes in, and then you play it. It's a 3/3 haster on turn 4. We've already got quite a few 4-drops. Here's the reroute system. Oh, we already got that one though. We have some hard cuts to make. Oh, good. Zookeeper Mechan. Glad to see ya. So there's potentially something we could splash if we splash green. I don't think we're gonna get that fancy. Make a robot. It's 9 to make it a thing, but 2 bodies for 4 is something. I'm just gonna put that down for now. There's another 2 bodies for 4. Okay. Left blade enhancers. You don't have to waste picks on those, apparently. I think white, we might have just been... Based on getting 2 white wheels there. What was that little animation about? Okay, we have our deck, apparently. Let's just make sure there's nothing here that we really want. Nothing here that we really don't want. So our removal, I guess this can be, as long as we're hitting an artifact, that can be good removal. It's not too bad. The pangolin should be able to grow because we're making lots of artifacts. This guy puts down counters. This guy's good. There's a lot of 4-drops though. I don't know if I would trade any of them out particularly. This is really a 2-drop, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll see. Kind of aggro, kind of mid-range. Make your predictions now. How many wins do you think it'll get? See, I don't think I'm going to have time to do a full draft, but you never know. If this deck is fast enough, I might squeeze one in here. Hopefully you're getting a good sense of what's going on with the cards in this new set. Opponent goes first. It's kind of a terrible hand. We do have 2 things to do. Ditch the actuator. Do we even need this actuator? How many instants and sorceries do we have with mana value 2 or less? I was going to shotgun the Sacred Founder, but now I don't have to. They've got something. Is it a counterspell? Get the Vault Guard Trooper. Is this guy just a win more card though? Hoping for an artifact. Alright, well, I have no problem casting a 4-drop if we draw one. Throw the pangolin. That guy keeps pausing. Can't, oh, they can only block creatures with flying. Okay. So they may as well attack with it. That's right. Gonna gain a life off my companion. Miss Chrome Companion. Let's see. This resolve. It does resolve. Then we have to think, do we discard our hand? I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here. Alright. I traded a plains and a creature for a plains and a creature. The only thing about warp here, like, I would love to double play it this turn. I guess maybe I can, actually. So we'll warp it. So that lets us be a mana efficient. Opponent, Dimir, the Dimir. The actual deal. Okay. They're just getting salty. I'm about to be back at 20 life. Hard. Play the Land Seeker and draw 2 cards. You bet your sweet bippy. Hey, there's our Chinook. We didn't get to play him though. Ranking up in gold. How people liking this set? Are you all now? I noticed you're not chatting anymore. You all drafting and playing sealed and stuff. Playing with your standard decks that you've now crafted. Warp a bunch of stuff. I don't know if it does me any good. I'll just pass. Not super scared of a slag drill scrapper. You're 1 turn too late. What they put down here? I definitely did that in the wrong order if that was planned there. So I think next turn we can play the Kavu, it'll make a lander and we can buff the Pangolin. So I just want to make sure the Pangolin got down. Other option is if they give us something. Ooh. I think the correct thing is to lose the land. Ooh, okay. Still got this thing. Ah! No, I want to play with Tanuk. Tanuk. Still keeping the pressure on. I go to 7. And now if they make a big blocker, we should be able to remove it. Question is whether we need to crack the lander at all. We can warp this. If they use the scrapper to go draw a card, then... Oh, okay. Take out the scrapper. Would you like to draw a card with it first? Okay, grab, kill. Will absorb 3 damage, or will they trade? Oh, okay. Opponent's going for the risky. Go to 1. See how that works out for you, opponent. Oh, I could have won. That was a total punt.
Zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
I hope you all saw that mistake. So when you've got the lander token and you got that guy that busts from lands coming in, remember to calculate that. 2-0. Demonstrating my skill much better than with the sealed. It's usually how it is. We'll go first. I guess we'll keep. Certainly not going to be pinched for lands. I'll do Pangolin first because I can do mech. I don't need to ramp with the mech in. I don't think. Maybe regretting that now. Station monitor. They're trying to double spell. They do the cryo shatter. No blocks. The 1/1. Yeah, because we can cav Landseeker and pop next turn, so let's get this signpost out of the way. They're gonna banish my Pangolin, or they're banish the banish. Take 4. White blade. Okay. 1 It's got the play 2 spells deck going. Mostly in the air. What do we want to remove? This guy's gonna make more stuff. 6. Hope we get some removal. Jeez. Right. No tax. We lose the lander token, but that's fine. I think we're about ready to just chump this guy. 4. Oof. What do we get? Invasive maneuvers. That's not an artifact, is it? Oh, 3 damage. Alright, we can tap this for mana. So we can block and then make a robot. We might squeeze this one out. Let's hope opponent draws dead. They're not drawing lands though. Oh, okay, land. It's good. It's good. Here they come. They did not equip their oh, wait. How did I... Is this only as a sorcery? What just happened? Well, I guess I'm toast. They gain too much life. And it's a tapped robot. Alright, well I could tap down one of those guys. And then... Can I make another robot? How come I couldn't tap and... If I just click through one too many... There's Lifeblade. Your turn. Yep, that's the ball game. Which card is a good alternative for Shieldred's Edict? I don't know. Chat, can you help out Momi99? I presume you mean in standard. That card was so good. I'll bring it up here. So there's Sheoldred's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or a token or planeswalker. I think there was there a card in Final Fantasy that kind of had like a you choose sacrifice? Legal standard. Oh. Opponent sacrifice. Color black, right? Better look at my game here. Back to the game. Can we keep this? The Starfire Pilot to help us not draw more lands. Not sure if the Exosuit Savior is going to help. Viens voir Misha. Viens voir Misha. Drygen Relic. People seem to like that card. Pretty good with the Exosuit Savior, right? When it enters or leaves, you draw a card. So you play it, you draw a card. It leaves, you draw a card. You replay it, it draws a card. I am going to attack here. For just that reason, because we don't need the land. And I could hold up Bombard. I think Bombard is good for a while, even if they sack that relic. Submit 0. Flash Flying. Sacrifice this creature, draw a card. Trigger your void stuff with that. No blocks. Would you like to sacrifice another creature and make it a 4/4? Okay. Pangolin. No way to trigger it anytime soon. I think we could warp and just turn this back into a 2/2. An idea. I haven't memorized what the counter spells are. I'm just going to block and sacrifice. Perfect. There we go. So let's warp. Why don't you just turn that back into a 2/2? I'll play this guy. Then we got the Stalker holding up the reroute systems. Oh, this guy. Yeah, you don't get to attack with it. You're still going to get to put something in for free and draw a card. Pretty busted. Goes in every deck. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the top pick. That's your top pick, one pack one. Put in Sothera, the Super Void. Okay. Well... Kabu Landseeker. This Menace. If a player controls no creatures, they have to sacrifice this if they control no creatures. Kind of bad for my Bombard. Swarm color. Attacked. We'll play their big Eldrazi. We can remove the 2/4. This doesn't even trigger. This only hits creatures. Not worried about removal. Most removal, anyway. Gravkill gets right around this. Maybe this card isn't that good. Well, grab ship. Jeez, hit pay dirt. Cast it. Shuffle your hand and graveyard to library. That's a big stiff. Gotta decide whether they want to attack. Maybe sacrifice the grab ship. Trying to do the math. So if we bombard the 2/4, get 6 guaranteed damage. They'll get something under their Super Void, but so be it. Okay. Well, they bought themselves a turn and they validated our removal. That stinks. Lander's going away anyway. I could trade the Kavu for the Zealot. Or I don't have to trade it. I could make it indestructible. Don't worry about the instructor guy. Oh, but yeah, we have to lose a creature? Huh. Forgot about that. At least they can't do that at will. Well, they kind of can with the swarm color if they attack with it. The Creeping Tar Pit, which can become a 3/2. Unblockable. Did they rope-a-dope me? They did have a destroy effect. Oh, okay. Arch is asking Scryfall have alternatives for the edict. Yeah, I was looking at Scryfall. Now I have to choose a creature to lose. I guess I'll lose the fire. Doesn't seem to be that useful. Maybe just be making robots. Well, I have creatures to sacrifice. Steedle, you waited one turn too late for that. May as well attack, sacrifice the beetle. I don't know if they see that. They didn't see it. Okay. Thankfully. That's the turn, I guess. We can make a robot grow our pangolin every turn. See, the Star Forge is good for something. Extract a confession. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If evidence was collected instead, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. Let's collect evidence 6. Sort of momentum breaker. I'd say Momentum Breaker, honestly. Tithing Blade. Those are two that have played well in Standard already. Okay, they're playing a spaceship. Oh, you're really gonna... Okay. Fine. Sinister Cryologist. Yeah. Idle Station. The opponent just coming out with a banger turn here. What's this turn into? A 4/7 flyer? I'll drop my artifact removal. All right, what do you think, chat? Does opponent have the best deck or only one of the best decks we've seen? They don't even sack the Virus Beetle. It's kind of crazy. Plus up the Cav. Make them trade that with the Anticausal Vestige. And play the Pangolin. Then they'll get the Cav Landseeker under their thing, but I don't know what else to do. Gotta try to whittle them down. Gotta stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. And they get to draw a card. That's something else. Oh, that's just because of the... Maybe I need to put in more stuff that can warp with this guy. Maybe I needed to have drafted more stuff. Sinister Cryologist. Okay. It's an 05 now. Congratulations. 4/7 flyer. Take 5 in the air every turn. That's gonna take actually 7 in the air every turn if they want to. And we mill 4. So that's just a win the game when installed. Do have that's where I can start putting cards on the bottom from the graveyard onto my library. Yes, we'll just pass the turn. Oh no, you took my 1/1. They're at 13 cards in library. It's actually pretty close in terms of the library game. I don't think I'm going to play for that, though. What can we do to win? Let's get our removal. The robot. Land. Send in the pangolin, make it a 4 power, and hope they don't see that line. No, they saw it. They saw it. I think we're dead if they know about their creeping tar pit. If they activate the tar pit, we can just scoop. Nope, they did not. Okay. Well, let's see what they mill. Is there anything we can put back on the bottom of the library? Vanishing Light? Another flyer. Won't be hard to win this one. Starport security. Hey. Do we actually survive long enough? Might have to start putting cards back on top. They have removal for it. Why don't you go on the bottom of the library? Figured it out. All right. A little bit more time. Let's see if we can go out on a high note. One more game. That game was long and painful. Opponent could not close it out. Well, we went from 2-0 to 2-2, guys. What's going on? Why aren't you helping me draw better cards? Oh yeah, Archie, I was going to show you my Scryfall search. So I searched legal, standard, opponent, and sacrifice, and in black. And this is what you get. There's the extract of confession. There's momentum breaker. There's tithing blade. That's pretty much it for the 2-drop stuff. That would be there's nothing that's quite the same. Back to our game. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan that. It's a lot of lands. Up against Smokey McDankson. Alright, well, let's hope our aggro deck just draws gas from turn 1 on out. Hello, Smokey. Sorry I took a minute. Green. Nothing for us to play. Hopefully can zap something here. Smokey getting on board. No, a 2/4. As I said, this guy is pretty annoying. Guess they'll need another blocker, potentially. This guy's pretty strong, really. 4/3 menace for 4 and possibility of getting a land. All the side benefits that entails. Right, Spear Zealot. No blocks. I don't know if they could have cast 2 spells at instant speed, but we're gonna find out. They're gonna banishing land. Okay. So we can banish their banish. Crack a land. Smokey McDankson, what you got over there? Okay, they've unlocked red now. Interesting collection of lands. I mean, I almost want to block this time. They must have a pump spell or something. Just get a couple more creatures, we should be able to refill our hands. Okay. So, if we do that, can't quite do that and crack the if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn. Well, I guess possibility technician, if this resolves. Yeah, there's their be mana efficient. If we can get something to leave the battlefield, we can use invasive maneuvers again. Oh, we don't have a good target for it. Oh my goodness. How come opponents always got the exact right removal? What's up with that? Oh, well, they've clearly got the pump spell again. Guess I can put it... no, did they already cast a spell? No blocks. They just get that again? Hey. The thing is, what is this gonna do for me? Nothing, right? This is just a 3/4 for 4. Crack their lander, yeah. What is their splash? Is green their splash? They're splashing a green pump spell? Alright, finally, did I finally call their bluff? Ugh. That's a nasty card. Where's my artifact removal? Reroute systems. Too many lands, once again flooding out.
Here comes the flood. You're running.
Chrome Companion. Well, incidental life gain. Might do something. Gonna give that guy flying. That's wise. Because it's got vigilance. Okay, 1 turn clock. And a land. That's comedy. Actually, only 1 turn away from winning. It was just all about who went first. All right, well, thank you for joining me here in the attic. I've been Manadad. Hopefully you learned from my mistakes here in day 1 of the format. But even if you didn't, I thank you for joining me as we claim our packs. Let's see what we open here. Should get another mythic. Cosmogoyf. I like that design. Lurgoyf for exile. This one you think they can't come. Hey, we got 2 more mythic wild cards. So that's a good sign for what's coming up on the channel. Obviously gonna do some standard decks. Got planning to do a Ragos Brawl deck. And from there, who knows? Maybe we'll do Pioneer or other things. Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I've been Manadad, reminding you magic is a game so fun, even